Right, this is Marshall Pedder then for his Unit 7 assessment, outcome 1. Right, Marshall, explain the purpose and value of a warm-up.
Purpose and value of a warm-up is to get blood to the muscles and prepare the body for exercise, because without it you can't really take part in strenuous activity.
Good. Give me a few examples of a warm-up then. What sort of exercise might you want to do?
You might want to do active stretches, dynamic stretches with a partner. You can do static stretches as well.
What sort of pulse raiser activities might you do?
You could do like a rowing machine, probably a treadmill on a light intensity.
Good, right. Explain why clients need to understand the purpose and value of a warm-up.
They need to understand, because without it, well, you're liable for their safety. So
right.
As long as they know that you are looking out for them.
Right. How might you take a client around a warm-up then?
You'd probably start off doing some stretches before they got onto the treadmill. Then you probably do treadmill for about 2 to 4 minutes.
Right, okay. Describe safe and effective warm-up activities for gym-based exercise.
Can you repeat that, sorry?
Describe safe and effective warm-up activities for gym-based exercise.
A light jog, probably, to increase blood flow. And then obviously do mobilising activities. Right. Stretches as well.
What else does a warm-up get you ready for? Sort of
activity, taking part in, like, say, resistance machines if you're lifting heavy weights. It's best to have your muscles nice and warm, because if not, then you could tear a muscle. Right,
explain the importance of fitness advice and how to offer it in gym-based physical activity.
So that you have like a common ground where both of you can gain basic knowledge of like health and safety and like best ways to better yourself in the gym.
Right. How might you give client advice then?
Probably through just speaking to them like after a session and just finding out what they want to know, like say diet and other exercise that you can do.
Right, good. Outcome 3 then. Describe the purpose of exercises included in the program you did for Alex then. So why did you do the exercises that you did for Alex?
Because I wanted to help him gain muscle in his chest through doing like 12 reps of each, doing 4 sets. And moving exercises on and try to overload his muscles. So
why did you decide to do 12 and 4 sets?
Because that's the best way to gain muscle and strength.
Okay. Describe a range of exercises that are safe and appropriate for clients.
Can you repeat that, please?
Describe a range of exercises that are safe and appropriate for clients.
When a client's new to a gym, you probably want to keep them doing like low intensity on resistance machines.
Right.
Because you don't want to overdo them when they're just starting out.
What sort of exercises might you not do with a newcomer to a gym?
You'd probably not want to like do resistance machines at over intensity.
Right. Can you think of any other exercises maybe with a barbell that you might not do them straight away?
You probably won't do deadlifts, squats.
Right, okay, good. Describe the type of special requirements that a client may have.
They could be deaf, for instance, so you'd need obviously someone to do sign language.
Good.
As well, you've got people with disabilities and injuries that would probably need training differently.
So what machine is there in the gym that a disabled person could use?
The arm, I can't remember what it's called, but there's one where you spin your arms around.
Hand bike, yeah?
Yeah, hand bike.
Okay, good. Describe how to break exercise movements down into their component parts.
To target one muscle group, you need to be specific. Go on.
So if you're asking a client to do a leg extension, how might you explain it to them?
You tell them to get on the machine, keep a good posture, and then extend the legs. So it's flexion of the quads and extension of the hamstrings. that would be a leg extension.
Right, okay. Describe how to develop a client's coordination by building exercise movements up gradually. So how would you improve a client's coordination in a gym? By doing the range of exercises.
Well, once they get a feel for it, your technique tends to get a lot better and your posture tends to naturally become better as well.
Right. What sort of exercise might you be doing with them then? To improve that? To improve the
could
coordination?
probably do like get a medicine ball and have them doing sit-ups and throwing the ball to you, catching it.
Right, good. Outline information that must be given to other people who are involved in the client's gym-based program.
Well, people that are starting gym-based activity, they need to know really what their outcome is, what they're going to achieve.
Right.
Like for instance, if someone wanted to increase fitness for football, they'd probably do quite a lot of cardio. As well, they'd want to be doing core exercises for strength, leg exercises. There's dietary information you could be given as well.
Who else might be involved in a client's program apart from just the gym instructor? So say it was a footballer.
The football coach, parents as well.
Right.
Could help them with the dietary needs.
Right, good. Outcome 5 then. Outcome 5, know how to observe and supervise gym-based exercise. So outline the needs and potential of a client.
Well, say if you had a footballer who came in, they'd probably want to be like maximising the amount they can do on the cardio machines.
So what sort of activities might you be doing with a footballer?
You could have them doing a bleep test. You could have them doing a lot of work on rowing. So a seated row, you could have them doing on the treadmill.
Right, okay. How might you vary that to just amateur footballers? So say you did a lot of that with a professional, how might you vary that to an amateur footballer?
An amateur, you probably have them doing like less intensity on the cardio machines, but obviously working up to that standard because you want to get them as fit as you can.
Right. Identify the types of hazards that may occur during a session and how to manage these. So just give us 3 different hazards and how you try and manage them.
You could fall over like a weight or something that's been left on the floor.
Right.
You could overwork a muscle and end up tearing it.
What other hazards might there be in a gym?
Other people.
Other people?
Yeah.
So make sure there's not too many in the gym.
Yeah.
What about stuff on the floor? What might happen?
There could be like a mat that's been folded over. Could trip over that, fall.
Right, okay.
Possibly fall into someone who's lifting.
Right. Outline the reporting procedures for health and safety.
You tell your supervisor. Obviously, if anything goes wrong, or you could tell your employer.
Good. Identify safe and effective alignment of exercise positions. So why is it important for our machines to be lined up correctly with our muscles?
Because if you're doing a machine incorrectly, then you could end up working a different muscle group in the wrong way.
Can you give me an example of that might happen?
Lateral pull down. A lot of people tend to lean back, and that tends to strain your back, whereas it's meant to work your lats and not your lower back.
Right, good. Identify a range of alternative exercises for adaptation, including any appropriate progressions or regressions. Right, so if a client came to you and they wanted their, say for instance they were a deaf client, what sort of adaptations might you make?
You'd have, obviously you wouldn't really be able to encourage them through speaking because they won't hear you, so you'd have to use sign language or someone to translate for you in sign language.
Right, What if you had a client come to you who was overweight, who just had a heart attack 6 months before?
You'd try and keep away from doing any major activity, keep them at very low intensity, obviously, and work with the doctor as well.
Good. Outline the importance or methods of voice projection to include the effective use of volume and pitch of voice.
Well, when you first meet a client, you don't want to get on the wrong foot, so you won't be shouting at them.
Yeah.
You slowly getting to know the client and knowing what right use of language and pitch of voice they make.
Why is it important to do that then, especially in the gym?
Because obviously doing activity and exercise, you might want to raise your voice every now and then and try and encourage them the best you can.
Good. Explain the purpose and value of a cool down.
It's important to cool down to get rid of lactic acid in the muscles and well, just to stop general soreness.
Right. Give me 3 things you might do in a cool down activities.
You do a low intensity cardio, probably start on treadmill and do like a slow jog down into a walking pace.
Good.
In the intensity.
Just give us a couple more things you might do in a cool down.
You stretch, do more mobility exercises.
Good. Explain why clients need to understand purpose and value of a cool down.
If clients don't understand the value of a cool down, then they might not do it and then could end up getting injured or have aching, which they won't want to do if they're taking part in activity often.
Good. Describe safe and effective cool down activities for gym based exercise.
Well, obviously using a treadmill at a low intensity. When stretching, keep them to static stretches and not obviously dynamic overworking the muscles. And mobility exercises as well, you make sure you want to keep them not too rigorous.
Right, good stuff.